Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breadtrucker channel. I have a product here that I am super excited about, and I'm not just saying that. And I'm not just saying that because it's a sponsored video and I didn't have to pay anything for these, but dude, if I didn't get products for a review for testing, this is the one that I would actually buy. This one is probably my favorite of all of the brands that I have tested, and I've tested Jackery, Rock Pals, Ecoflow, Bluetti, what else? Opes. I've tested a lot of different power stations, and my Ecoflow Delta that I had, the first version, was my favorite. And what we have here is the Ecoflow Delta 2. This is the second generation. I'm imagining there's going to be some sort of improvements over the last one, which I don't know how they could improve it anymore, but I was just super happy with the Ecoflow Delta, the first version. So I know I'm going to be very happy with the second version, or I think I will be very happy with it. Another thing that they did was they sent me a 220 watt portable solar panel. Now this is a very high-tech panel. This is actually a bifacial panel, which has panels on the back side of the panel. So any kind of ambient light that it could pick up, they're much more efficient than a regular single-sided solar panel. So we're going to be opening both of these boxes and checking out what the packaging looks like and what comes in the box. The first thing I'm going to open up is the power generator itself. This is the Ecoflow Delta 2. Just cut this open. So I know that Black Friday is coming, and I wanted to get this video out in time for Black Friday in case you have a need for a power station or a loved one that you'd like to get a power station for as a gift. This is the company that I would highly recommend. So user manual, Ecoflow has been awesome all the way through. Really nice packaging. And here it is. It looks almost exactly like my first generation Ecoflow Delta. This is the second gen. They did reconfigure some stuff. They used to have a port here on the side for the charging and different ways to charge, but they moved that over onto the back panel with the 12 volt cigarette adapter port and 610 volt plugs for bigger things that run on 110. And then in here is all your ways to charge it for solar panels and for plugging into a house. So that's awesome. This is your display side. They simplified this down, but the one thing that I really love about the Ecoflow Delta is the readout. Their display is awesome. It's the best display of any power station that I've used, and I really enjoy using this. It gives you plenty of detail, plenty of information, so you can see what's going on with your charge controller. The only other thing in the box is this small little pack of cords and whatnot. We will open that up, cut into this, and see what kind of cords come with the package. Ooh, awesome. This is a different package that came with the first one. So I'm not sure what that one does, but this is your power cable. You notice that there's no big charging brick that comes with it. That's because it's all located inside this unit, and this sucker can charge fast from 0 to 80% in like under an hour. It's really fast. So that's your 110 volt cord. All you need is the cord, and it's great. This is the same cord that you have on PC computers, desktop computers, and all that kind of thing. So if you lose this one, you can easily get another one. This is your 12 volt charging cable for running it while your car's running. If you're driving down the road or whatever, you plug this into your cigarette adapter, plug this into the same charging port that the solar panels will go into, and you can charge it from your car. So that's excellent right there. And this, I don't know what this is. One thing I noticed is that there is a barrel connector plug on the 12 volt output panel for this, and this does fit it. So they actually gave you a cord so that you can plug something into your 12 volt panel. That's the first time I've seen a company provide one of these. All right, so the next thing I'm going to be opening is this nice 220 watt solar panel. Let's tear into it. and see what it looks like. I'm always impressed with the level of quality that comes from Ecoflow, and I'm sure this panel will be no different. Comes with a user manual. Oh, and some carabiners to fasten it in place. Okay, there we go. Look at that. It's got similar packaging. It's got a similar cover that the first generation panels came with, which is really nice. It has a handle for carrying. You just open that up like that. Unzip the bad boy. Oh, I see. It goes this way. It goes all the way down like that. Wow. Would you look at that? So the case is totally separate from the panel, and you can take it out, set it aside. Now let's just open this up. Holy moly. Look at that. It's a big panel. That is insane. Wow. This is a really big panel. This is pretty crazy. I've actually never seen another portable solar panel like this. This is a really big panel. And I just don't know about the portability of it because it is quite large and pretty heavy. This thing, it's got to be about 6 feet long and over 2 feet wide. So it is pretty impressive panel. The one thing about this panel is that it actually does have glass on the top of this. So that's a strange way of building a portable panel. It's cool. It looks very nice, but I don't know how I would trust myself traveling around with this, having it in my bread truck with everything else I got in there. I just don't know if I'm careful enough for this. This is the type of panel I think I would rather set up permanently and hold it down so that wind can't blow it away and just not move it. This would be more of like a stationary panel as far as I'm concerned. This is another box that came with the panel separately. So what this is the MC4 connectors for solar panels, which is kind of nice that they do it separately, because if you never intend to use a solar panel with your solar charge controller, your power station, then you'll have no need for this. But since I am using a solar panel, I will be needing this. Another thing I like is that they use the standard MC4 connectors like you see on every solar panel, so they don't have a proprietary plug for their solar panels. You can plug this into any system and charge with it. Okay, so the positive goes here. Click that in. And the negative goes over here. Click that in. Now I'm going to open the charging port on the back here and plug this in. Here we go. And I just heard it power on and it's charging. We have 99 hours. That's how many hours it's going to take to fully charge this thing at 25 watts of input. So this is a horrible time to be testing it because it's an overcast day. It's late in the day. It's like 3 o'clock and the sun is already starting to go down. We only have like another hour's worth of daylight. So since it is such a cloudy and overcast day today, I thought I would bring the Ecoflow Delta 2 inside the bread truck. We're inside the bread truck right now. It's not as neat and tidy as it usually is because I'm kind of getting into travel mode, so things aren't as put away as they usually are, but I thought I would show you what it's like to charge the Ecoflow Delta 2 on 110 volt power, which I believe is the best way to do it because this thing charges fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 110 volt plug that came with it and plug that in to the power port that is right here. Boop. Right next to that is where the solar panels go. So then I'm going to take the other side of this plug and plug it in right down here into my extension cord. Alright, so now that we got it plugged in, I'm going to flip this around and show you it just came alive. And we're going to see how many watts this thing will take. It's a lot. Like, I've never seen another power station charge this fast. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. Look at that number right there. 1,227 watts is going into this machine right now. That is crazy. That is super fast charging. I have this running off of a generator right now. I hooked up the Ecoflow to my solar system in the Breadtrucker to charge it, and it took all the power. I mean, this thing is a monster. So I'm running it off of a generator right now. That generator is just charging my battery banks. So I have the Ecoflow charged, I have the Bluetti charged, and I have the Opes charged. So I'm just using the generator for as much power as I can right now, and I'll be getting caught up soon. But until then, I'm going to use that generator a little bit just to supplement my power. If you're going to charge this off of your own solar system, say you have this as like a backup unit, and you're going to run it off of a solar system such as this, like a mounted, permanently installed solar system in your vehicle, it's got to be massive. It's got to be a beefy system. I have 400 amp hours of lithium batteries underneath the bed in the Breadtrucker, and 2,000 watt inverter. So I can charge this with this, but it does take all the power away from my house batteries. And I'm trying to recover them a little bit, so that's why we're running on generator power. So that's what I'm talking about with this Ecoflow unit. If you don't have a solar system and you're just going to charge it off of, like, while you're driving or while you have a generator running or something like that, you can get the best bang for your buck for your gas money to have one of these units. It's going to charge so fast, you'll have a very minimal amount of time where your generator is going to be running, and then this thing's going to be charged up, and you can use this for an extended period of time. Or, you know, charge this while you're driving. What I think would be a great thing to do is to install a 2,000 watt inverter into the car system so that it's only on while you're driving. Then you can start up your car, plug this in to charge it, and have a lot of battery power. I've been running electric blankets on this. I have one on the bed, I have one on the floor for my feet, and I've been running those pretty much nonstop for 2-3 days now. And just today I had to start charging it back up. So I think it's awesome. The Ecoflow is my favorite power system that is on the market today. So the Ecoflow Delta 2, a little bit of improvement over the old one. There's not too many differences, but you might as well buy the Ecoflow Delta 2 if you're going to buy a power station. Get the updated one. There's a little bit more capability in this unit, plus the capability of extending the battery pack out. There's another unit that looks just like this that is just a battery. So you can hook up that to this, use this as the charger. You can put 500 watts of solar into this, and then also charge all of it from a generator or whatever. So you can use this as your charger, have like 4 kilowatt hours total of battery bank. That's a pretty good amount for a pretty low cost. If you want it simple, plug and play, you don't have to install anything, it's a pretty good way to go. I still do like the idea of having a installed system like I do in the Breadtrucker over here, but you know, there's downsides to it. You can't take it with you. You can't, you know, you got to bring the power to it if you're going to charge it. I can take this with me. If I was going on a backpacking expedition or something like that, I wouldn't want to carry this for any long period of time, but I could bring this to a camp trip, set it up one time out in the woods, you know, a couple hundred feet away from my truck or whatever, and then have power out there in the woods at my fingertips. So I don't know, I'm a big fan of Ecoflow products. I think they're awesome. I want to get my hands on one of the Ecoflow Pros, which is seriously a substantial system. We're talking about the type of power that can back up your house, run your refrigerator, freezer, everything like that. I mean, just look at those numbers. That is insane. 1200 watts. And that is with the onboard charger that's inside the unit. All you have to do is hook up a power cable, and that's it. There's no charging brick. There's nothing. It's inside the unit, so all you need to do is plug it into a 110 volt port, and you have 1200 watts of charging power. Look, that's going to charge this thing. See, we're at 21% right now. That's telling me that it's going to be done charging in 1 hour. Once it gets down under an hour, it'll tell me in minutes how much longer. Oh, it just went 59 minutes until it's fully charged. And that's pretty accurate. I have noticed that this does show a pretty accurate read of how long things are going to take to charge. This also has through charging, so I'm using it right now. I'm actually charging a battery bank right now with a USB-C cable. I'm charging an iPhone. I have these lights running in the bread truck. These rainbow LED lights are running. So those are running off of it. And what else do I have? I think that's it. Yeah, that's about it right now. So you can see I'm outputting about 50 watts, but I'm bringing in 1200 watts. That's freaking amazing. I can't get enough of it. It's so nice to be able to charge this up within like an hour and be done with it.